Salutations, my name is Drunker, and today we are back with another episode of XXL WOOFIA. Golly, it has been ages since I last logged into here. Why do I keep forgetting? Even though I've already decorated my main screen to have these ghosts here. Unfortunately, we are still not there yet in reading through the newest story. Still crossing in Forces on Duty. I just need some time, honestly. Maybe after Flower of Rebirth, I'll start reading the newer stories now. But yeah. So today we are going to be reading Big Catch Angler's Day. So we skipped this story for Summer Splash, A Tropical Encounter from your votes. And thank you so much for voting last time. There will be more in the future, I think. Maybe with other games, I'm not sure. But yeah. Big Catch Angler's Day, which featured... What are your guys' names? I don't remember. Well, the story will remind us about what exactly happened. And actually, this is one of the only stories that I haven't read fully. I actually have read a bit of the other stories, especially Flower of Rebirth, but this story is a complete mystery to me, so this is exciting. Anyway, we are going to be starting off with number 1, A Mysterious Letter. We got 9 stories today. Let us go through it all. Spring arrives and gentle sunlight spills over a small mountain village deep in Seran-Wokoku. Even though it is early morning, many villagers are already bustling about, busy preparing for the upcoming ritual for the festival. A young black dog beastfolk with striking blonde hair, Soren, lingers on the path near the village gate. Oh, so this is Soren. Once he finally finds the right moment, Soren walks towards the village gate, his steps hesitant. Soren, is that you? Ugh. Are you not training today? No, I'm not. It just happens to be my rest day today. I also want to help, go out and gather supplies, and do my part for the village. You are definitely not going out just to gather supplies, are you? Eh? How could I not know what you're thinking? The other looks at Soren and gives him a knowing smile. You want to go buy your favorite fruit candy, right? How could I bring myself to stop you? But you must be careful, and remember not to interact with strangers other than traveling merchants. After all, no one would want anything to happen to our important ritual dog before the festival, right? I'll be careful. Thank you for the reminder. Alright then, time for us to head out. Goodbye everyone, and take care. Soren watches the elders disappear into the distance, then steps out through the village gate. He clenches his fist, his pace quickens, and his eyes keep flickering to the small cloth pouch at his waist, the one holding a message in a bottle. Alright, the east side is all sorted. The west side next. I'll start with this old cabinet. Soren turns around and looks at the large cabinet in front of him. It is an old wooden cabinet crammed with all kinds of things. Documents, notes, assorted medicines, and jars are scattered across its shelves, all covered in dust. Most of the things in this cabinet belong to Father. These past few years, I have been so focused on training to become a ritual dog that I never bothered to sort them through. I remember when I was little, I told Father I wanted to become an herbalist like him. Muttering to himself, Soren walks up to the cabinet and starts from the top shelf, taking down the items that have been left there one by one. As Soren pulls out a stack of papers from the shelf, a transparent bottle rolls outward with the motion. Hey! Reacting fast, Soren reaches out to catch the rolling bottle, stopping it from shattering on the floor. Whew, thank goodness. He looks at the bottle, covered in dust and cobwebs in his hand. But this doesn't look like a medicine bottle. It does not resemble any bottles father used for making remedies. And there's a piece of paper inside the glass bottle. Driven by curiosity, Soren pulls out the cork and manages to extract the yellowed paper stuffed inside. This is father's handwriting. I don't know if you'll be able to read this letter, but still, I want to tell you once more. In this tradition, closed-off village, receiving a message from the vast world beyond fills me with longing. Huh? Your experiences on the western coast are fascinating. If I ever had the chance, I want to join the event you mentioned, the Angler's Day. To feel that sense of light-hearted relaxation, and to see you rock fishing there with that squid-shaped fishing rod. But with the life I live now, and the responsibilities I carry, breaking out of this routine and leaving the village is becoming harder and harder. Anyway, what I have wanted to tell you is this, my dear bird beast folk traveler. Though I do not dare to hope for a reply, I still want to convey my feelings to you. You who roam the wild world, wherever you may be, please do not stop inspiring others, and live as vividly as you can. That way, it'll be as if you have lived a grand blazing life on my behalf. Your sincere reader. Outside the village, so father made friends with some outsider? I have never heard the elders mention it. What kind of stories did this bird beastful traveler tell father? This is... Soren turns the letter over and finds a map drawn on the back, marked with the words Angler's Day and a date. Isn't just a few days from now? And this location, it is off the usual meeting spot with the caravan, but distance-wise. Leaving the village on a whim and interacting with outsiders is a violation of village rules. As the ritual dog, Soren should be a role model for the villagers. But at the same time, Soren's longing for his late father and his desire to understand him better slowly wells up inside him. Just this once, if I only take one look and come right back, I think the elders will understand. After leaving through the village gate, Soren follows the map on the letter and takes a hidden route down the mountain. After hours of non-stop trekking, Soren finally reaches his destination. So many people. Even more than when we hold the festival back at the village. The crowded scene before Soren leaves him freezing in place for a moment. But he quickly remembers why he has come all this way. He pulls the letter out again and lowers his head to check the map. The world outside. Angler's Day. The sea. Hey. Kid? Huh? A greeting from the side cuts off Soren's thoughts. Kid, you're too close to the edge. If you're not careful, you could get hurt. Sorry, I was just thinking about something. You look unfamiliar. Are you an outsider who came here to make a wish for Angler's Day? As the old man spoke, he made a series of peculiar gestures, muttering under his breath as he cast out his fishing line. Make a wish. This is called Angler's Day. Make a wish? Yeah, you have seen the crowd, haven't you? Every year around this time, this whole stretch of coast is packed with people who come here to make wishes. Father mentions Angler's Day in the letter, but he doesn't really explain what it actually is. Then why do people make wishes by the shore? Haha, you're asking the right person. Legends say that if you make a wish on Angler's Day, then catch 69 squids along this coast, any wish you make will come true. Golly, it really had to be 69. Actually, that is much better number actually. The numbers really do keep growing every year, old man. Huh, you're here too, kid. More people come every year, but one thing never changes. You still come every single year, old man. Of course, how could I lose to you youngsters? Why not join in too, you newcomer? Well, What is your wish? My wish. Oh man, the rod! Your rod! Oh, there's something. My wish is... I do not have a wish. I came here because of Father's belongings. I just want to understand Father's past better, and I want to find the bird beast folk traveler mentioned in the letter. But can any of that really be achieved by making a wish? Haha, if you cannot think of one, no need to force it. Even if you don't have a wish, you can still enjoy fishing however you like. Well, I'm actually looking for a bird beast folk who carries a squid-shaped fishing rod. Have you seen this person around here? A bird beast folk with a squid-shaped fishing rod. How long ago are we talking about? Sorry, I'm not really sure myself. Too many people come and go along this coast. Not off the top of my head. If even the old man does not know him, maybe he does not exist. I see. Well, thank you both anyway. Soren formally thanks the two anglers, then turns, ready to leave. Whoa! Huh? Kid, wait. I remember now. I have never seen anyone like that alive, but I have seen a lingering spirit. A lingering spirit? A lingering spirit is a ghost that cannot pass on to Netherworld after death because of their regrets. And that lingering spirit just happens to look a lot like what you described, kid. Oh, so this is the beast folk. Last year's Angler's Day, I almost got swept away by a rogue wave. He was the one who saved me. Sure, he has this sulky look on his face, but he's pretty kind. Are you sure about that? You know how I feel about fishermen, huh? Speaking of that, old man, you did not catch a single squid last year. Do you think it was because that lingering spirit jinxing you? Then where might I be able to meet this lingering spirit? Oh, that's a ghost. Are you not scared? Sadly, I haven't run into him again since then. I see. Even if I might get jinxed, I still want to thank him in person. Or could I make meeting this lingering spirit my wish and join Angler's Day this time? I never thought of that. You didn't bring anything with you. Why don't you use the extra fishing gear I brought? Thank you so much. Kid, have you tried rock fishing before? No, I only ever fished in streams. Haha, then you've got a lot to learn. But don't worry, leave it to me. Just don't teach him the wrong stuff. Soren watches the two anglers bicker, and the corners of his mouth lift despite himself. Ever since he became a ritual dog, everyone in the Kinran village looked at him differently. Ever since he became a ritual dog, everyone in the Kinran village looks at him differently. As a key part of the village festival, Soren isn't allowed to express himself however he wants. Everything must follow the rules, proper and perfectly measured. Casual chatter like this is something Soren hasn't known in a long time. At this moment, on a reef in the shallows not far away. Oh. Angler's Day is always this noisy every year. I really want to move somewhere else. On the rocks sits a faint figure, hunched forward. He quietly watches the bustling crowd of anglers along the shore while keeping his focus on the subtle tugging through his palms after he casts. How long has it been anyway? Twerky, where are you? Twerky? Who the hell is that? Oh. The early spring sunlight spills through his half-visible brown wings, while crimson ghost fire drifts lazily around his shadowed form. That stillness, like a clear pond, stands in sharp contrast to the noisy shore. Oh my god, he kinda has the same expressions as Concro from another Eidos, but okay. Just expressions, not features. Oh, something's on the line. Come on, whose food is this again? I'll just leave it to the side. The owner will pick it up when they find it. This is called Fishing Amateur. After he expresses his desire to join Angler's Day, Soren follows the old angler and starts learning how to catch squid. Move with my rhythm. Imitate how sea creatures sway. Up, up, down, down, left, right, reel in, lift the rod. My goodness, that's game code if I've ever seen one. That's one set. Do 10 sets in a row and the squid fishing cheat code will work. Got it. Up, up, down, down. Left, right. Reel in, lift the rod. Ugh. What leaps out of the water isn't a squid, but a jelly. It slams right into Soren's forehead. Haha, kid, you're too impatient. Remember, do 10 sets in a row before you yank the lure out of the water. It really is quite hard. I need to put in the effort, just like when I train. Ha, 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 ha. After some effort, Soren manages to reel in quite a few squids. But... oh! Why are there so many jellies? All the fish I caught got eaten! Let's move to another place! I didn't expect there to be so many jellies. I'm really sorry. It's fine, it's fine. There have been strangely many jellies this year. But you really hauled up a lot. Way more than I expected. I have to thank you. With your methods, I really did catch a few squids. Oh, you're welcome. But kid, look closer. Just because it has tentacles doesn't mean it's a squid. You need to look closely at their features. Like this little thing with the round head and chubby body. It's a cuttlefish. Oh goodness. And that one, decided, with the triangular head and the long slender body, it's actually a neritic squid, not a normal squid. Let me see. Too bad. Turns out you didn't catch a single squid. Looks like I still have a lot to learn. I'll keep working at it. Haha, you youngsters are full of drive, but it looks like we need a different approach. Lin, come over here a sec. A burly young angler pops his head out from the nearby rocks and strolls over with a grin. Come teach this young man your signature trick for catching squid. Sure thing. Oh, if you want to land some squid, my method is the best. It's called the tree spiral breathing. First, take a deep breath and silently recite your wishes. Then gently rotate the rod 3 times and shout the chant. Cast 1 for 10 hooks free. Big squid guaranteed. Just do it like I do. Oh my goodness. I say I'm a middle-aged angler, but apparently I'm getting old. Sorry. Just do it like I do, and I guarantee you'll catch a squid within 10 casts. Is that so? Just try it. Oh, okay. Please let me catch a squid and make my wish come true. I wish to meet that lingering spirit. Cast 1 for 10 hooks free. Big squid guaranteed. All set, cast. The pull is pretty strong this time. Kid, you look like you've got a big one. Don't just yank with your arms. Use your core. I see. Ha! Soren braces footing and driving from his hips, hauls and the struggle catch up on the shore in one clean pull. Huh? Look at the super huge cuttlefish I caught. Huh? I'm pretty sure that's a squid, not a cuttlefish. Is this Orm and Captain Loki? After a massive splash, a shark beast and an orca beast cloak burst out of the water. Captain Loki, you jerk! When are you going to report back to the draconic depths? My leave isn't over yet. Report for what? Your leave ended yesterday. Besides, that squid was caught by someone on shore. Quit causing trouble. Tch, whatever. It's just a tiny cuttlefish anyway. I told you, that's a squid. After a big splash and a smaller one, the sea surface falls still once more. What was that just now? I think that was Captain Loki. Sometimes you can see it's his proud shark parked out in these waters. Who would have thought a joke like fishing up a great white could actually happen? But kid, you finally broke your dry spell. Soren looks up at his rod and finally catches sight of a squid dangling there. Wow, you finally caught your first squid! Congrats, you're one step closer to making your wish come true. Thank you. I'll keep at it and catch the remaining 68 squids. It's been a long since I've thrown myself at a goal like this. If Father had the chance to come to Angler's Day back then, what would have been like? And Father, what wish would he have made? This is called an unexpected encounter. The sea isn't very calm. The long figure on the rock follows a tide disturbance with his eyes and points towards the noisy crowd not too far away. This year's Angler's Day is noisier than it's ever been. The monsters in the sea are unusually active too. At this rate, it'll be trouble. He reels in his lure, forcing himself up on the legs that have been folded for who knows how long, joints creaking as he rises. I don't think you want that. Between the rising and falling foam, aquatic monsters surge toward the people gathered along the shore for Angler's Day. What a drag. He mutters a complaint, beats his wings, and flies in the same direction as the monsters. At the same time, on the other side of the coast... What wish did you make for Angler's Day? Soren and the anglers keep at it, hoping the squids they reel in will make their wishes come true. Me? I hope I can see that dog beast folk I met back then at the stir-fry restaurant in Section Hunk. I was too shy back then. I didn't have it in me to confess to him, golly. You just met him. Even now, I still go back to that stir-fry restaurant once a year, but I never run into him again. Oh, another squid. That makes 15. As for me, my wish is to become an adventurer as cool and charming as Captain Loki. You're talking about the captain of Proud Shark. He's not a pirate anymore. He's the #1 at the Draconic Depths cruise party now, isn't he? I know. Even as the captain of a party cruise ship, he's still super cool. The Draconic Depths cruise ship. So there really are so many things out there that I still don't know. What the heck was that? What's happening? As a thunderous roar rings out, the sea surface loses its calm in an instant. Waves after chaotic waves suddenly slam towards the reef where people gather, as if some unknown force is lying in wait to strike at the living being on shore. The strange phenomenon occurs without warning, and the anglers on shore stop what they're doing, staring blankly in place. By the time the first person cries out, the surging wall of water is already right in front of everyone. Oh no! It's a rogue wave! How can the wave be this high at this time? Wah! Forget the fishing. I'm done. Gotta get out of here alive! So this is another fate of the sea? Incredible. Kid, don't just stand there. Get over here, hurry! If we don't run, we won't live to see our wishes come true even if we catch 169 squids. Move! Got it. Help! There are monsters in the waves. This is bad. Someone is in danger. Hey, don't just jump in. I'll be okay. You'll all get to safety first. Wait, that's too dangerous. Ignoring the shouting anglers, Soren rushes straight towards the angler who's surrounded by sea monsters, bobbing helplessly in the waves. This distance, and the monsters, I can make it. Soren leaps into the sea and quickly reaches the angler who fell in. Help! Help me! Don't worry, I've got you. Hold on, I'll have you back on solid ground in a second. Thank you. Can you move? Get farther away from the sea now. Got it! Is anyone trapped here? Soren barely manages to brace himself and stand, but a huge wave crashes into him from behind and knocks him down. Then the tide's massive pull drags Soren under. No! This current, compared to the stream undertow, it's so much stronger. This is bad. I have to go with the flow. Huh? That's... In the churning waves, Soren's eyes lock onto a huge figure flapping its wings near the shore. Faint, wavering flames drift around him, as if the waves could snuff them out at any moment. He whips out a massive squid-shaped hook in his hand, yanks the fallen anglers up in one clean pull, then reels them back to safety expressionlessly. Wait, you are... The bird beast folk moves above Soren. Without a word, he casts his hook and hauls Soren out of the water with swift, powerful force. He doesn't even seem to notice Soren's shocked expression and simply flies off toward the monsters. Is he the lingering spirit? This is called temporary retreat. To search for the bird beast folk mentioned in the message in the bottle left by his late father, Soren traveled to the coast of Serenokoko on Angler's Day. While everyone was busy enjoying the squid fishing, a sudden incident occurred as the sea monsters began emerging from the waters in unusual numbers. Amidst the chaos, Soren spotted a lingering spirit whose features matched the description his father had once given. Please wait! Soren hurries after the bird beast folk, watching as he continuously drives back the monsters without showing the slightest sign of fatigue. You there. You should head toward the town and take shelter. Don't linger here. I can help. My name is Soren. I come from... A giant jelly suddenly bursts out of the water beside them and lunges towards the two. Watch out! Soren rushes forward just in time, stepping in front of the bird beast folk and blocking the attack from the jelly. Soren fights fiercely against the jellies, but with the other anglers gone, the jellies begin to swarm him, making it increasingly difficult for him to keep up. Ugh! A massive wave suddenly surges from the sea and knocks Soren to the ground. The impact leaves him unable to get back for a moment. So this is the power of the sea. Seriously. With a light beat of his wings, the lingering spirit sends the surrounding ghost fire flying toward the jellies. Struck by the ghost fire, the monsters are forced back one after another before retreating into the sea. Using the same method, he continues driving the remaining monsters away from the coast. By the time Soren finally manages to stand back up, the lingering spirit has already disappeared. Huh? Where did he go? Young man, why are you still here? Come on, return to the town with us first. Once they see there's no one on the coast, they'll go back to the sea on their own. But that lingering spirit... Oh, you saw him? Yes, but I didn't get to ask him anything more. In any case, you're all soaked now. If you stay out here in the wind, you'll catch a cold. Why don't you come back to town with me and rest for a bit? Alright. But with what just happened, how about the Angler's Day? Haha, so that's what you're worried about. It's alright. Over the past few years, the event has grown livelier, and we really have been disturbing the peace of the sea. So in a way, we brought this on ourselves. About that lingering spirit, can you tell me more? Let me think. In that case, I'll take you to some of my other old friends. This is called Days Gone By. Here, have some hot tea. Thank you so much. That really warms my body. So, you were talking about the lingering spirit, huh? The first time I saw him, it was an especially hot summer. He was fishing alone by the coast. Back then, he was still very much alive. He used to come to this coast every year to fish. He even managed to catch 30 large squid in a single hour. His name, if I remember it right, Watanabe Hitoha. Poor kid. Who would have thought he'd end up becoming a lingering spirit, forever tied to that coast? Even so, he doesn't show himself often. They say he only appears when someone truly needs help, so very few people have actually seen him. After all, a lingering spirit is still a ghost, not quite the same as us living folk. But everyone who's encountered him says he's a good ghost. For all his complaining, he never hesitates to rescue folks or retrieve important items that have fallen into the sea with that giant hook of his. May I ask you, were there any notable things about him when he was alive? Well, he wasn't much for socializing, a quiet sort who preferred his own world. I heard he enjoyed traveling, and everywhere he went, he'd leave behind a message in a bottle, hoping it might one day drift into the hands of a stranger. If that's true, that Watanabe Hitoha must have had quite a few stories to tell. But after becoming a lingering spirit, he grew even more withdrawn. These days, he does nothing but fish. It almost feels like he's fixated on trying to catch something. I see. Thank you very much for telling me all this. It's getting late. I'd really like to meet Mr. Watanabe again, but if I delay any longer, I may not make it back to the village in time. Oh no! The old neighbor's boy snuck off to the coast while his father wasn't looking. That's bad. There are still monsters along the coast right now. I'll head there immediately. Oh, be careful out there. I'll gather more people and follow right after. Understood. I'll go ahead now. When Soren reaches the coast, he immediately noticed monsters surrounding something as they let out threatening cries. Somebody! Help! It's that boy! Soren dashes forward, carving a path with his katana before grabbing the boy and putting himself in front of him. Kid, the adults are on their way. You should go back. I'll hold them here. Okay, thank you. The monsters surge forward once again. Though Soren fights with everything he has, the sheer number of them begin to overwhelm him. I will never give in. The lingering spirit. No, Mr. Watanabe isn't here. I'll have to rely on myself. While constantly defending, Soren's footing slips for a moment. A monster lunges from its side, sending the cloth pouch tied at his waist flying. No! Father's letter! This is called past and present. No! Father's letter! The bottle hits the ground with a dull clatter, the sound dragging Soren back to a moment from a few days ago while he was cleaning his home. Past and present blur together, as if his father's spirit were reaching out to tell him something. The message in the bottle is the key. Just as the old man has said, Watanabe Hitoha loved using messages in bottles to communicate with strangers. But first, I need to deal with these things. Soren quickly scans the coast and notices that many anglers have left behind their catches amidst the chaos. Got it. Watch this! Soren rushes to the scattered catches on the ground, grabs them, and hurls them towards the back of the monsters with all his might. The flying bait instantly catches the monsters' attention. They all turn and rush toward the food, leaving Soren behind. Soren lets out a breath of relief and walks back to where the pouch has fallen, picking up the glass bottle again. Well, I'm counting on you now. He raises the bottle and throws it into the sea. With a splash, the bottle lands in the waves. A moment later, it resurfaces, drifting along with the coastal current. Over there? It's finally quiet again. What's that? A message in a bottle? The bottle drifting near catches Watanabe Hitoha's attention. He stands up and scoops it out from the water. Watanabe Hitoha removes the cork and takes out the letter inside. As he reads the words, powerful emotions gradually well up inside him. Before he realizes it, his eyes have grown moist. In this tradition, closed-off village, receiving a message from the vast world beyond fills me with longing. Your experiences on the western coast are fascinating. If I ever had the chance, I want to join the event you mentioned, the Angler's Day, to feel that sense of light-hearted relaxation, and to see you rock fishing there with that squid-shaped fishing rod. Anyway, what I've always wanted to tell you is this, my dear bird beastfolk traveler. Though I do not dare to hope for a reply, I still want to convey my feelings to you. You who roam the wild world, wherever you may be, please do not stop inspiring others, and live as vividly as you can. That way, it will be as if you have lived a grand blazing life on my behalf. So, it was you, back then, and yet you still... Mr. Watanabe, there you are. Huh? Was this letter written by you? It carries your scent. No, it was written by my father. You're the bird beastfolk mentioned in the letter, right? That's right. And your father, where is he now? My father passed away in an accident a few years ago. I see. Mr. Watanabe, ever since I found this letter, I've wanted to see you, no matter the cost. I want to know more about my father, to understand this kind of man he was. A silence settles between them. Memories from the past seem to come back, but now, everything has changed. Tears slide from the corner of Watanabe Hitoha's eyes. Once, he had traveled all across the world, and it was the writer of this letter who had sparked a certain thought in his heart. But now, neither of them is the same as before. The monster's cries ring out again. The bait Soren had thrown has apparently run out, and the still hungry creatures were now charging toward them. Mr. Watanabe, I hate to trouble you, but these monsters, could you help me? No problem. Leave it to me. Eh? Thank you for bringing this message in a bottle to me. I think I remembered what I once lived for. A smile spreads across Watanabe Hitoa's once pale, weary face, radiating quite confident. We can talk about everything after I deal with them. I'll be right back. No, please allow me to help as well. Heh, of course. Then let's talk while we fight. Right, I'll be counting on you, Mr. Watanabe. This is called Friends of Memories. Huh. Soren and Watanabe Hitoa each unleashed their full strength, taking on the swarm of monsters rushing at them. Throughout my long journey, I've never actually had the chance to meet your father in person. So, I was right. But that letter truly planted a seed of change in my heart. It even shaped the path of my journey afterward. Watanabe Hitoa beats his wings, and several ghost fires immediately shoot toward the nearest monsters. It all began with that message in the bottle. Let me think. What did the letter say again? Even as he fights on instinct, Watanabe Hitoa searches his memory for the words once exchanged through those bottled letters. Thank you for your message in the bottle, nameless bird beastfolk. For a time, I didn't even realize how dull and lifeless my days have become, until I found your letter. The western coast you mentioned, and the fun of Angler's Day. If one day, I could go there myself, or even meet you. No, that could never happen, could it? Still, I hope that when you read this, you will know that in some closed-off village, there's someone who dearly longs to hear of your travels. And that your letter has become a ray of light in the dim light of a stranger who reads it. More than that, I hope that my child may one day have the chance to leave home and see the world as you do, and live the kind of life I never could. That letter, now that I think back on it, it feels as vivid as I had received it just myself. Father. The emotion stirring in his heart do not slow Soren's blade. With another clean, sweeping strike, he fends off the monsters closing in. Back then, I was simply a traveler who preferred a quiet life alone, using messages and bottles to communicate with unknown people across the world. I never expected replies. I only wanted to share memories of my travels. As for who actually got them, it never really mattered to me. It's not until I received your father's letter that I realized the things I once did so casually could leave such a profound impact on someone else. That realization changed me forever. No matter what happened, I wanted to help the people I met on my journey, regardless of my own limitations. His father's message had created more than ripples in the water. It reached beyond and changed the world outside. At that thought, a faint smile rises to Soren's lips, though his heart aches at the same time. His father lived his whole life in Kenran village, never knowing the message he sent out would make a difference on this coast he had never visited. Across the endless tides of time, the exchange between Watanabe Hitoa and his father had quietly changed the world, even if that world feels so far away. Mr. Watanabe, thank you, truly. Even these small fragments of my father's life, they mean the world to me. To be able to meet his son, I feel lucky too. Before they realized it, the monsters are completely fended off. The coast lies open and clear again. The sound of the waves, the winds, and their laughter weave together in the air. It's been a long time since I felt this kind of exhilaration after giving it my all. Perhaps it was Father that has guided me here. May he rest in peace. To have the chance to see the world outside the village, it's truly a precious experience. But once night falls, I'll have to head back. Though a trace of loneliness touches him, Soren soon smiles again. He still has his responsibilities and duties, but it is with these memories that he's able to face them with a firm heart. I see. Just then, hurried footsteps suddenly sound behind them. Ah, young man, don't worry. The boy is alright now. Ah, and Mr. Watanabe too. And who might you be? You probably don't remember me, Mr. Watanabe. I'm that old fellow in the red fisherman's hat you fished out of the sea last year. Sorry, I don't really remember. Ah, that's right. I just wanted to thank you properly. Now that the monsters have been driven away, should we continue with the Angler's Day activities? Of course! Mr. Watanabe, you should join us too! There's still a little time before it gets dark. How about the two of you compete with me? Let's see who can catch the most squid in 30 minutes. What do you say? Sounds good to me. I'm in as well. I'll go get the rods right now. I think I hid mine in a crack between the rocks nearby. I'll have to look for it. I'll help too. And today's squid fishing champion is our young man here. 16 in total. I got 13, and Mr. Watanabe landed 14. Congratulations! Looks like it's time for me to step aside. Congrats. Thank you, and Mr. Watanabe too. Soren catches the last streak of orange sunlight sinking into the sea. He pauses, realizing the time has finally come to head back to the village. You're heading back now, aren't you? Yes, thank you all for today. I truly had a wonderful time. Even if I didn't manage to catch 69 squid in time, my wish still came true. Well now, that's the true spirit of Angler's Day. I'll work with the villagers to find a solution so we can all enjoy Angler's Day without disturbing the peace of the coast. That would be wonderful. Here, take this. A small squid lure lands in Soren's hand. It is the one Watanabe Hitoa removed from his own fishing rod. Thank you. I'll treasure it. For certain reasons, I can't leave this place, but this little one can. Let it accompany you from now on, and let me look forward to the day I may see it again. I see. One day, we will surely meet again. When that day comes, I hope we can have another squid fishing competition together, with you, the old man, and everyone else. Then I look forward to it. So do I. Safe travels, young man! Until next time. Soren smiles as he says his goodbyes. He casts one last look at where the sun had slipped below the horizon, then breaks into a quick stride toward home. Watanabe Hitoa watches him leave, and only after Soren disappears beyond the horizon does his own figure slowly begin to fade. From this day on, they carry thoughts of one another in their hearts. Yet no matter how long the days may be, or how dull they become, they can now face them with a smile. This is the last story called Wind's Whispers. At dawn, sunlight slowly rises over the mountain ridge and spills across a simple gravestone still dotted with beads of dew. Soren gently brushes away the dust and fallen leaves from the stone, quietly speaking his heart to his late father. Father, I, Soren, have come to visit you. On the small altar, there's a carefully prepared dish of squid and a freshly opened box of fruit candy, the smoke of incense curling softly into the air. Soren presses his palms together, closes his eyes, and prays under his breath. Thank you for guiding me and giving me the chance to experience the world beyond the village. I'm also glad to have learned more about your past. Fortunately, everyone in the village thought I left to stock up on more fruit candy. No one realized what kind of adventure I had that day. The fact that I remained an important presence in the village as a ritual dog has not changed. But after this journey, perhaps I'll be able to see everything from a different perspective from now on. With his eyes closed, Soren does not notice a slender dark brown feather drifting down from above. Following the wind, it eventually comes to a stop atop the freshly cleaned gravestone. It feels like a memory from afar, placed gently into the present. Oh, right. I also met Mr. Watanabe, the friend you came to know through your message in the bottle. Soren takes out a small keepsake Watanabe Hitoa gave him, the little squid lure, and holds it up in front of the gravestone for a moment. He's a wonderful friend, even though an accident keeps him from continuing his travels. Because of you, he'll go on helping others through their hardships and protecting them. One day, I'll go visit him again. Alright, it's time for me to resume my training. In a few days, it'll be time for the village festival. I need to make sure that I'm fully prepared. Soren quickly gathers the offerings, tidies the area one last time, and bids its father farewell. Though this is something he does once every season as part of his usual routine, something in Soren's heart has already begun to change. On the coast, a quiet spirit watches a dark brown hawk circling lazily above the sea, then gives a small nod. So, the message has reached him. Good work. In that case, I should get moving too. With a powerful heave, Watanabe Hitoa reels in his line from the depths of the sea. A splash erupts across the sea's surface, catching the radiant sunlight just long enough to cast a brief, dazzling rainbow. Alright, so... that is it for Big Catch Angler's Day. That is right. So, this is the part where I will be reviewing it. Okay, this is just first impression, so... the story is still fresh in my mind and I'm still processing it. And, in all honesty, I know this is a bit unexpected, but I kinda didn't really mind the story, at all. And I probably will give it a 6, like even a 5.5 out of 10. However, I think this story has a very special scenario, special case where I liked a bit of how they dealt with this story, right? It's not that boring. I mean, it's not that entertaining, but not also boring either. It's kind of like it just flowed kind of well, like how the waves are and how dull their life has been. There's definitely an interpretation, a queer interpretation of this story. Honestly, I could see that, especially with how nothing pretty much has changed, but they still have, like, you know, some, you know, hope in their hearts. But in all honesty, I need some time to think about that. Honestly, the one part that I want to talk about is in the 7th, was it 7th or 8th? The 8th chapter, where Watanabe Hitoa and Soren were talking in battle, but the battle scene is quite different compared to other battle scenes that we've seen before. And in all honesty, I like how it also reflects their personality. Like, they're not the type of people to go all out and saying ha or huh. Like, they might struggle a bit, but because of their personalities and their situation they're in, it's kind of like the result, of their situation that they acted that way. I wish we got to see more of that, but honestly, for this part, I'm actually going to give this Eureka bonus. Oddly enough, I didn't really expect it because it was rated so low in terms of everything. Like, most of the dialogue was pretty okay, and I didn't really enjoy the story as much. But I think the elements that came into the story that I couldn't review in my objective review kind of stood out to me a lot, especially with the ending, how they pretty much kept the same ending. And honestly, I know a lot of people don't really like when there's a change, when the ending is no change, but in all honesty, stories like that it's really what makes you think like, okay, why did the author decided to make this the ending, and why it couldn't be like, oh, a sudden change will happen. And that is why I'm giving this a Eureka bonus. I actually while the elements of it were not enjoyable, I can still appreciate the story for what it is, and honestly, I think it's a pretty decent story, even though it didn't really set my expectations for anything. So, oddly enough, congratulations for having a very unusual score and a Eureka bonus on top of that. Thank you. So anyways, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this episode. It's actually quite shorter than the rest of the XXL WOOFIA videos I have done. Next episode, we're probably going to be continuing again, and maybe I will be reading the new Soul Crossing story. If not, then I'll be reading the next event after that. I am just still trying to get through the stories, and maybe once all the events are finished, I will be reading the main story. Probably once I have already delved into the neutral city of Kusan and Crave Saga, and maybe starting Atmos the Dreamer. So yeah. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy. Please share your thoughts below and comments on what you think about the characters, the story, or maybe something that I didn't know about them, or some details from the writers who were writing this. Anyways, I'll see y'all whenever. Bye bye!